In Lingua Podcast live from Dessau is broadcast from Mitteldeutschland and features all things languages. The show is hosted by our teachers, presenting students and guests from all walks of language learning experiences. Joining us today in the studio is our colleague, David. He is here to explain how international university students can receive state support for their German language courses here at InLingua. We hope you enjoy the episode, and thanks for listening. So let's say I'm an international student studying in Dessau at the Bauhaus campus.
That's right.
I want to stay in Germany to find a job, but I need German language skills. And I want to come to InLingua to take those courses. Because InLingua is one of the best language schools in Sachsen-Anhalt. How do I go about that process?
Well, if you are an international student enrolled in an English-speaking study program here in Sachsen-Anhalt, you are entitled to a program that the state of Sachsen-Anhalt offers. Actually, it's only the state of Sachsen-Anhalt offering such a program.
Okay.
Yeah, other states in Germany don't.
Why are we so special?
We are.
No, that's fantastic, right?
Yeah. Right. What you need is your student ID, your residence permit, and an admission letter, Zulassungsbescheinigung.
Mm-hmm.
And we would help you to get that here at the school.
So that student brings all of those documents to our office.
That's right.
Okay.
Once you've been to our office, you then get a 2-year period to do our integration course, which leads up to a DTZ exam, Deutsch Test für Zuwanderer,
Mm-hmm.
which is equivalent to a B1 in German.
Okay. How long does that take?
That takes 600 school hours. In Germany, school hours are 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And there are an additional 100 hours for another course which deals with the political system of Germany,
Okay.
which is part of an integration course. The test is called LID, Leben in Deutschland.
Okay. Living in Deutschland.
Yeah, living in Germany. And what you do there, it's actually 100 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do there is you learn about the political system, about the welfare system, about the history. Very briefly, of course, but you learn something about it,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to do an exam at the end. It's 33 questions. You need to get 17 correct. So, and it's multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
People typically pass. It's actually very interesting.
Okay.
Especially if you're new to the country and have some interest in the country. Yes, you learn about history, you learn about the political system, how that works. It might be different to your own country.
Mm-hmm.
I've had actually students, and they found it very interesting.
Okay.
We've had interesting discussions in class about, or comparing political systems.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's been very stimulating.
That's nice.
Students enjoy the history part as well. And then this might be of interest as well. We do excursions, typically 2 per LID course,
Mm-hmm.
to places like, for example, the Umweltbundesamt or another state authority. So
Okay.
they get to meet people from there and can ask questions.
That's nice.
The other exam you do after 600 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically represents the B1. It's called DTZ, Deutsch Test für Zuwanderer. It is a TELC test. It's
Okay.
done by TELC.
Does it test all 4 skills?
Yes, it tests 4 skills.
Okay. Which are listening, Reading, writing, and speaking.
Speaking, yeah.
So 9 months, a student can go to B1 if they're successful.
If they're successful. Yes, well, we have different formats here. You have full-time courses in mornings or afternoons, or we have intensive courses. We have courses online. So we can tailor a format that suits you best.
Okay, so let's talk about the funding opportunity. How much is it going to cost the international student?
Well, the way it works is you pay per hour €2.20.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay for the whole module in one go. And the whole thing has 7 modules. Once you have passed, the whole course takes 700 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, consisting of 600 hours of teaching German and 100 hours about the political system.
Okay.
So the 600 hours are finished by a DTZ exam, so Deutsch Test for Zuwanderer, which is equivalent to a B1 certificate. You need to pass those 2 exams within 2 years of your initial registration.
Okay.
Once you've passed them, you get an application from us, which you fill in and submit it. And then you get half of the money paid to us back.
Okay.
So 50% you can get back. If you pass within 2 years and if you pass both exams.
Okay. For me to get to B1, how much am I going to pay?
When you come to us to do a course, first of all, we do an assessment test.
Right.
We assess the language skills you already have.
Okay.
And depending on how good you do in that test, you're then allocated to a module. I said there's 6 modules of language learning.
Right.
Yeah.
To the B1.
Until B1.
Okay.
Yeah. And if, let's say, you are good enough for A1, let's say, you're allocated to module 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So that means you only need to do 400 hours.
Okay. So then the cost will be less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The cost will be less the better your German is.
Okay. So if you're we're assuming that an international student who has lived in Germany for a couple of years has some basic skills.
That's right.
Okay. Let's assume that they have 0 skills for our listeners.
Yeah.
So we're looking at around
700 times €2.20.
Let's find out what that is exactly.
So that's 1,440 euros.
Okay. And if you successfully complete both examinations, you're getting back 50%.
50%.
So roughly
720
okay.
you will get back.
Okay. Yeah, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
So our advice to the international student studying in Sachsen-Anhalt is to approach our language school early.
Yeah.
Whether you're an undergraduate or a graduate. If they're studying full-time, how flexible is the lingua with the hours?
Well, we are very flexible because we offer different models. So you can do a full-time course. You can do courses in the mornings, in the afternoons. You can do intensive courses. Ways can be found. It's not always easy. We are aware of that, but there's always a way.
Okay.
Lots of students have done it successfully at our school, so it is possible.
So we are flexible.
We are flexible.
Excellent. Okay. That's good to know. Do I look online for this information? Is my first step walking in the door here?
Yes, you can check our website or you can come to us here at the Inlingua center in the Dessau Center.
Okay. What's the website?
www.inlingua-dessau.de.
Perfect. Okay. So what happens if I fail the test, fail one of the tests, or fail both of the tests?
Well, if you fail a test, you can repeat it. If you don't feel confident, let's say you don't feel confident enough to do the German exam, the DTZ, you can get up to 300 hours on top of what you've already done.
Is that
funded in the same way?
okay?
And then do your DTZ again.
So do you basically go back to module 5?
In effect, yes.
Okay.
No, 4.
Okay.
You do 4,
that's right, 4, 5, 6.
and 6.
Okay. Are these courses also available online?
Yes. Yes. We offer online courses. In fact, lots of students do it online.
Is that going to, I mean, that's all started because of the pandemic. Is that going to continue in the future?
Yes.
Okay.
Another thing is you need to be there 80% of the time.
Okay. So attendance is important.
Yes, attendance is a very important factor here. You're required to be there 80% of the time.
And that's a regulation, that's a guideline of the grant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The grant stipulates 80% attendance minimum.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're serious about staying in Germany, then you should come to class.
Oh, definitely.
Materials, are they included, the books, or is that an extra expense for the students?
The books, I'm afraid, aren't included.
Okay. How much is a student investing in materials?
There's one book per module.
Okay.
Yeah. One book per module. But then if you start at module 4 or 5, then you're investing less money.
Do you know how much a book costs, each book?
A book costs at the moment $17.50.
Okay. So if you are a university student, an international student, an international university student in Sachsen-Anhalt, whether you're an undergraduate or a graduate student, studying in an English language program, come here as quickly as possible if you want to have an opportunity to learn the German language.
Yes, it's a fantastic opportunity, especially as it is funded in such a generous way.
Right.
You just don't want to miss out on it.
Okay, so yeah, preferably, like David is saying, you want to come here after your, let's say, second semester, after you get kind of like
in the flow of things.
Right.
And
don't wait too long to approach us.
Yeah.
Okay. That's our advice.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, David. Well, thank you so much for clarifying that for us.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming in, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to InLingua Podcast, live from Dessau. We hope you stay tuned for more episodes.